Okay, well, good morning, everyone. And we've already done the Pledge of Allegiance during our Social Service Board meeting. So we will move on to approval of the agenda there was one addition. Stacy.
So move.
Ross,
Second.
seconded by Paul. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. On to the consent items.
I move.
Second.
Warren and Gary. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Okay, on to issue form. Paul?
Of course, the fair was on. Good time. Everything went well. Also had Maple Lake Improvement District meeting. That was well attended. A lot of folks there. Kudos to Rich, who was there, and Cody Lehman from Public Health. They talked about the future of the bike path project and how that was all transpired and how the funding went there and what the future funding. A lot of questions were answered. They spent a good 25 minutes. Rich answered all of their questions real well, and Cody explained the entire process, how the public health department is involved in that process and how the grant was obtained and how the future of future grants throughout our county will be made and obtained for receiving future grants for further walking, bike paths, blah, 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 all of that. So that was very good information. We also talked a little bit at that meeting about at the Maple Lake Improvement District, their biggest concerns are water quality. I asked Jake Snyder to provide some information. He wasn't able to attend, so I reviewed that information with them. I had met with the president of the association a couple of weeks before that. I reviewed the issues at hand, explained how the county deals with this and how the Lake Association needs to work through their association to take care of some of these ongoing issues within their association. But if there's strict problems where they need more policy help, then that's when they contact Jake, or then Jake will get out there and his department will get out there and review some of the things that they have going on at that time. But other than that, did we have a West Central Water?
Yes, we did.
Oh yes, I was gone. I was at it all day. I was gone that day.
It's on the agenda for.
Yep, we're going to talk about that. Yep. Okay, that's all I have. Thanks.
Okay. Warren.
Okay, number of meetings, most of which had nothing of a significance. Regional Development Commission, Tuesday, way back, and then we had a radio board and an MPO meeting, and Tri-County Corrections. That's a whole bunch of numbers again. 128 on that meeting date a week ago, Monday. Average for the month was 120. Of that 128, there were 52 from Polk County, 13 Red Lake, 14 from Norman. What went on there, but that's quite a bit in increase. Monoman had 26, so it's getting up closer to their 30 number. Income for the month included $40,000 from the Monoman thing. That's part of their regular contribution. And Marshall County, 22,679. No, it was 67,165. Department of Corrections, 11,175. ICE was 13,300. Border was 4,465 for 139,000 for the month. On top of that, there was 58,000 from the juvenile center operations. There were 3 in secure and 7 non-secure on last Monday. Average were 4 and 6. Probation had 43 new, and they have a total of 62 operating, and there's 67 cases closed. There's only one open position in the entire operation, which is something else. But there's still a lot of young people in the training phase, so they still have that one pod that's closed. And with the numbers they had, they haven't really needed it yet anyway. And then, okay, that's enough on that one. Then, of course, we have the information on the build grant whose funding is partially in place for the Neilsville Bridge. There's some money has to be raised in addition. I'm sure that'll come from the state grant, the operations grant, the gas tax collections that we get. But I'm sure Rich can address that when he comes in. And then we have the Wilkin County request, which will come up on the regular agenda.
Yep.
Okay, thank you.
That's it?
That's enough.
Okay, Gary.
Attended the fair. Couple highlights. I got a chance to see the new building, the event project, air conditioning. People were appreciating that. I enjoyed the exhibits, and they seem to be more this year than ever. Community as well as 4-H. So we'll get some reports at that at Extension, and always enjoy my stop at the 4-H malted milk wagon. And then corrections with Warren, and again, the DWI and the controlled substances are the offenses, along with assault and domestic result. Always high is the parole and probation violations. So unfortunately, you have some returners coming back there, that individuals just making poor choices. Then AMC had a session on rural research. Okay, and I think it's very important. I mean, our population is going down,
I lost my copy.
and what's happening. A lot of it's
You got to sign back.
very obvious. They have a birth versus death rate, and in our county, obviously fewer births. The one thing that was different, they did county by county, but we weren't considered necessarily a rural town. Okay, they had 4 different categories, so they kind of connected Polk County with rural city, okay, which was a little bit higher. So it was kind of mixed there. But I think statistics are important. They're talking about, and some things we knew we were losing people in the 18 to 29 age. But they seem to indicate that there was an increase of returners in the 30 to 49-year-olds. I'd like to see a little bit more specific things. I remember when we did the city of Crookston, we were able to take a look on that study, was how many people were in the population between 1 and 10, and then like 10 and 18, 18 to 25 or something like that. Because that kind of gives you kind of an idea of where our needs are going to be for the future. And some of that we have to take a look at it too, because we have the university, so that probably puts another 1,000 students who are not going to be here forever. But
It's interesting you bring that up, because I was in and was visiting with Chuck 2 meetings ago, and he had told he just got new demographics on population here, and compared to like 5 years ago, something I think he said it, we were at like 32,500 in Polk County, and now we're at 30,500, something like that.
Right.
So we're down about 2,000. But he said he had a pretty good breakdown. It was a nice thing. So unfortunately he's not here, but
Well, it'd be good to take a look at that and just kind of see what that tells us a little bit about the makeup of our county.
Mhm.
And
He just got it too. So
well, we'll check. There are probably some other things that are coming on that too.
I might be off on my numbers, but I just knew that it was
Mhm.
down. He said it was down.
No, it was.
Well, yeah, we knew that,
Yeah,
you
I
know,
don't
that
have the
the
numbers.
population is decreasing.
They talked a little bit about cost of living being more affordable in rural areas. Uh, they had used a family of three that in a urban environment, they calculate around $75,000, where a family of three in a rural area cost of living closer to 50,000. Okay, so it kind of and they indicated that mostly it'd be housing and childcare costs that were
Sure.
functions in that. Uh, I thought it was interesting that in our area, 17% of unemployment of people are no longer looking for employment. That was interesting. Um, so it was kind of interesting, kind of a force up, and I think there are some reports that again AMC works with all these different.
Mhm.
So to maybe just to kind of get specifically, because this was very general statewide, but it'd be nice to see what they have for Polk County to look at it, just so we kind of
Yeah, and I mean, I know that like Wilder, you know, that they do a lot of, you know, all this type of research and stuff, but you know, unfortunately with some of that stuff, it's only as good as the information they receive. You know, if they don't receive, you know, correct information or enough information, that the numbers are, because I know that there was, uh, I think it was I don't remember if it was a shack meeting or an AMC board meeting that, um, you know, we're looking at some statistics for, you know, the different counties and then kind of also to, you know, state as a whole. But like for Polk County, I know that they had, you know, agriculture as being a very minimal, um, you know, adding to the county, the value and that type of stuff. And I'm looking at that and it's like, that's not right, you know? So, like I said, it's just, you know, it depends on the the information that they receive too.
yeah, our numbers on self-employment were higher, but that with farmers, I would
Hmm.
think they
Yeah.
would fall under the self-employed. Where they've
Hmm.
got their own company,
Yep.
so
And like, you know, a lot of our construction and,
sure.
you know, repair, like HVAC and all that type of stuff, a lot of them are all, you know, privately owned companies too. So,
So it's very interesting.
mhm.
That's all I have.
Okay. Ross?
Yes, I also got to attend the fair with two of our girls, anyways, and bumped into Paul. Paul got to show me around a little bit, but we had a lot of fun, and it was hot, but there was still a lot of people there. I mean, there was a lot of people enjoying the fair, and we were there all afternoon, and kids had a blast. Attended the Red Lake redetermination meeting, redetermination meeting. And there's a lot of, I would say, upset people at the meeting, would probably be a fair way to say it. And when it's presented in the tone that it was presented, I can understand why. Um, Polk County was thrown under the bus.
I'm still
Big time.
I'm trying to get the tire marks off my body yet.
It was, we were,
It was,
it was not good. We were, I don't even know how to put it politely, but
we
Red
were,
Lake County does not feel that the redetermination is beneficial in any way.
according to their environmental services person.
And
Oh,
correct,
or their engineer.
Yes.
He does not speak highly of it.
no. So there was no talk.
Mm,
There was no talk in any sense of any of the benefits
mm-mm.
that a redetermination could do, and most of the people there were upset. And some of the things they were upset about, I agreed with, but had nothing to do with the process that the meeting was about. It was about um, how the state interprets the viewers' reports is what a lot of people are upset about. And you know, people were, and they have a right to be upset, but the redetermination had nothing to do with that part of it. I know at one point during the meeting, Joan and I were called out, and we were pointed at and shouted at a little bit, and all that stuff. And but what's funny is
Yeah.
after that meeting, when Joan and I explained what a redetermination will do and how there's people benefiting from these ditches that are not paying into these ditches, and that when everybody pays into the system that should be paying into the system, your maintenance costs will go down.
Mhm.
All of a sudden, a light kind of went on in people's heads, and they understood why we wanted to go through this. Well, the meeting had there was nothing mentioned of that during that meeting, and it was any possible negative scenario that you could think of was said with absolutely none of the benefits. So I will gladly publicly say that Polk County was thrown under the bus,
Mhm.
and I thought it was unprofessional myself. And I hope that we can have another meeting in the future and really explain what that redetermination will do for our constituents and stuff like that. But so I just want to make sure I'm not really missing anything, because I like I say, it was presented in a way where I understand where people are upset. When they
Mhm.
listen to when they listen to Joan and I, people calm down and
Mhm.
and just words out of the one person's mouth was, well, when you explain it like that, it makes sense. I
Mhm.
said, okay, we got it.
Yeah, and that's what that meeting was supposed to be for, was information. And all we kept on hearing was that Red Lake County wasn't in favor of it. And
Red Lake County doesn't want this. Polk County, as
yeah,
we're
we
being
were
pointed at,
put up as like a
wants
bully.
this, and it's going to cost you money. And I wasn't quite ready for it sitting in the meeting, but you know, we handled it and it was fine. And I would say everyone we talked to after the meeting was fine.
Oh yeah.
But that's
Mhm.
all I have about that.
Who was,
And that's all I have.
who was leading the cause for Red Lake County?
What's his name?
Kurt
Kurt.
Cassidy.
Yep.
Kurt?
Kurt Cassavan.
Their ditch person.
Yeah, has a lot of hats there, but he just kept on saying that, he wasn't in favor of it. And then he also said, different times that their board wasn't in favor of it. But that's not the feeling and the response that we got at our previous.
That isn't entirely true.
Well, it's not entirely true, and it's how do you word, swaying voters or trying to push
Mhm.
push.
Yeah, I was kind of like, well, he's not in favor of it, so he's, going to make sure that that's the way everybody should.
I don't know who Kurt is. Which one is Kurt?
He was sitting here.
He's
I don't know. Yeah,
Is he who's the equivalent to Rich?
Kurt.
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 That's the one.
There's multiple times
He
during
has
the meeting.
100% been against it since the day he sat there. Since we went up to that one other meeting about
Yep.
that ditch when we were sitting there,
Mhm.
he was opposed to any of that. He's always opposed to that,
Mhm.
But it's fine.
Yeah, but there was no excuse for the way,
The presentation.
well, just the way he handled it. I mean, I think the presentation was informative.
His presentation.
The presenters, Kurt didn't present.
Not at all.
H2 overviewers were
Brian.
presenting.
Did Brian Murphy show up?
Brian Murphy was not there. It was one of
One of his
his
other
guys,
people?
I guess
Okay.
you call it. But H2 overviewers was presenting on the redetermination and
Mhm.
things like that. And it was, I mean, he multiple times said Red Lake County is not for this. I mean, multiple times, made it very, very clear.
Well, he should have said that
And-
he was not in favor of
Yeah.
it, and yeah, it was a very unprofessional. And then I brought up also that um, Fish and Wildlife do not pay benefits, and DNR don't always pay benefits. So then landowners are having to absorb those, you know, numbers too. So it was, yeah, not a fun meeting.
But I will say, you did a very good job of explaining things. I explained some things to people, and it was just then they were, oh,
Mhm,
we didn't know that. I said, well, okay, this
mhm.
is, you know,
Mhm.
so
It's
it was
unfortunate.
presented in a interesting manner. So
that it?
that's it. That, yeah,
Okay. Okay, I'll do mine quick because now we've already covered that one. So I had a shack executive meeting. We spent a lot of time because the state statute was changed during the last legislative session to include tribes into into our advisory group. And so I was kind of surprised that, like there's 11 federally recognized tribes in Minnesota. And so far we received 6 tribes that will be joining SHAC. We don't really know what that looks like yet because each tribe, they all do things differently. So, you know, each tribe doesn't necessarily know what the other tribes do. Um, and, and then it's the way that, like our CHBs, our community health boards, how we do things with public health. So, it's going to be a huge learning curve from everybody, and still like what that's really going to look like, we don't really know yet. So, and then I did my monthly radio, and I had both case review and workforce MAPA meetings, and we're kind of starting to wind down on some of our subcommittees because now our first draft of our statewide implementation plan is due July 31st. So we do have a meeting now on Monday, and so everybody will provide feedback on the completed plans for each subcommittee. So I mean that's like workforce, and then it's like case review and safety planning and all those type of things that are all rolled up into this new law. And then I was on the meeting in regards to the Enbridge suit. So there's 2 parts to it. There's the valuation appeal for assessment year 25, that's payable in 26. And then there's also a pollution control appeal. And so there's kind of been a partial settlement in regards to the valuation order. And still no idea of how this is going to affect counties, school boards, cities, townships. I mean, they all receive funding, so it's, it's going to have an impact on everyone. But so the initial valuation, the system unit value was over $13 billion, 447 million, and they reduced it about 10.4%, so it's at 12 billion 50 million. The pollution control is a total mess. The state had approved some of the pollution control on their new line. And so what the pollution control aspect is, like where they used like rubber mats when they were installing the new pipeline, of bringing in new equipment to, not bring invasive weeds or, plants into it. And then there's, some things like with regards to water quality, and so that um, is, that's still kind of the wild card out there, and that's going to be, is going to be a pretty big number. And so, and it's a little more challenging because last time we got funds from the state, because I mean, all these numbers come from the state, their formulas. We just received the funding, the taxes. But, like it was mentioned many times, like the last time when we had this court appeal, the state had, extra funds. Well, now they don't. And we're just kind of not as willing to talk to counties because they got their line installed. They don't need us, to, for legislation, that type of stuff. So it's, it's really going to, it's just not a good place to be in right now again. And then I went, the Hope Network, which is in Erskine at the Old Pioneer nursing home. They had an open house last week, and they have really done a lot of work, because currently right now they're just kind of using one wing, and they've got, they'll have kind of like a process of like when they first, when the clients first come in, how they're handled, and then as they progress, then they'll be able to have more, things that they can do in the building, and those type of things. And they had already received 2 applications, which is good. And yeah, it's, I think it's going to be a really good asset for the area. And then I had Union Lake Sarah last night. And one thing with their invasive species, they've been trying to do a survey every year so they can tell whether or not they're spraying, and now with the eco harvester, if that's making a difference. And because of there's limited companies that do this spraying, and the one that they usually work with, they were not going to be able to do it because the gentleman had some family issues. So, he's not going to be able to do it. So they're going to go without a survey for this year, and hoping that that doesn't create an issue when they apply for the DNR permits to spray next year, because there's not going to be a current survey to show how things are, if they're progressing and that type of stuff. So that's and then they're also discussing the person that serves as their secretary treasurer now wants to get off the board. And so then, there's discussion of whether that person needs to be someone that lives on the lakes, or if it can just be somebody else, to do the books and the minutes, and then plus, I mean, they do grant writing and, apply for permits. So there's a lot of things that office does for the for the organization. So they really didn't come up with a um, exact plan of how they're going to move forward, but um, they're just kind of throwing some things around and seeing what. And one thing too is that of the um, the person who has been the secretary treasurer has always used their own computer. Well, now the Lake Association is planning on buying a computer that will be just used, strictly for the Lake Association things, and then also a printer, and so the Lake Association is totally paying for all those expenses, not the person that is in that position. So, um, and yeah, then I was at the fair too, judged the talent contest again. Um, a lot of good talent out there. I think we had 13 contestants, and went to the Baja races and took our 2-year-old grandson. And first off, he didn't know what to think, and then I think it was after the first heat, he wanted more. So, so it passed his approval. But okay, Karen.
Thank you. I have 2 agenda items this morning. Find my screen.
Gotta go down a ways. Nope, you gotta keep going down. I'm getting closer.
Mhm.
There you go.
All right. So the first agenda item is the looking for approval with the contract we have with Aluma to provide mental health services through our Adult Mental Health Initiative and Community Support Grant. Those are state funds that we discussed this morning at our Social Service Board meeting. So this contract is needed not to change any amount with the contracted amount, but to realign funding within the current budget and ensure services continue to meet client needs. So we're just changing some services within the contract amount.
Okay, so looking for a motion.
So moved.
Russ
Second.
and Paul. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
All right, the second agenda item we also discussed at our social service board meeting this morning. It's the contract that we have with Sanford. It is the state contract for adult mental health initiative community support service plans. We're the fiscal host, and the contract amendment is needed just to realign funding within the current budget and ensure that the coding and the services align with a new budget. The budget amount remains the same at $336,073.
So moved.
Second.
Paul and Ross. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
All right, thank you. That's all I have.
Mhm.
Thank you. You sit there and do it for me, Karen.
Yeah,
You do it so
That's
well.
right on track. Thank you.
Yep.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Here to present the June sheriff's report. I can see if I can do it like Karen did. That looked good. Our documented services for the month of June were a total of 78 that came through the sheriff's office. Paid services of $3,439.51. And there are no charge services of $1,117.84. Our transports for the month of June, we had a total of 4,057 miles, and we had a total of 158 and a half hours of transports. And looking at the documents, we had a total of our medical facility. We had 35. We had mental health of 5,000. Oh, I'm sorry, that's a total. Here we go. Up 26 is a total of mental health is 165. And then, sorry, 51 for medical facility. In-state or prison transports was 1,509. And then out-of-state 654. And then 0 on other counties and medical examiners. So in our federal transports was busy again with 1,678. So not as busy as usual, but still, anytime we don't have to transport, it saves the county money. So wear and tear on our vehicles. Our calls for the dispatch center for the month was a total of 2,711. And our emergencies was 773. And then our non-emergencies for the month was 1,938. Continues to stay about that average, it seems like. June, all in all, for the deputies' calls for service was down. We had a total of 700 calls for service, which is good. Animal complaints, we had a total of 23 with 1 animal bite. Our assist agencies, we had 30. Child protection reports, we had a total of 25. In our civil process, we had a total of 165 attempt services and services. Our DUI arrests, we had a total of 3. And
Escapes.
what was that?
Escapes.
Yeah, our escapes could be people that are let out on furloughs and they don't show back up.
Okay.
That's called an escape.
Not what I'm envisioning.
They have to list it somewhere in our CAD. And it's, yeah, they,
Oh, we've had
they
some
say
of
they're
those
going to
what you're
come back.
thinking of
So,
too,
Some
so,
people think I've escaped.
we don't have enough time to touch on that.
No.
Domestics were, we had a total of 3 with 1 being violent. So that's very good. So, and then, also, the motor assist, we had a total of 15, and then our motor vehicle crashes, we had a total of 7 with 1 injury. So
Unattended death? What's that?
it's where somebody, such as a person, dies in their home and there's no one that witnessed it. So it's unattended. So we go through our examiner's office to make sure that we can release it to a funeral home or if it has to go for a medical examination. So
Unattended person?
unattended what?
Person?
Unwanted, isn't it?
Unwanted
person.
Is that it?
It's somebody that's either trespassing or is
Okay.
or not wanted at a residence and said you can leave. So public assist, we had 16. Sexual assaults, we had 2. And then suicide threats, 3. And then our persons and activity in vehicle, we had a total of 13 on that total. So traffic complaints, we had a total of 11. And then traffic stops for the month was 195. And yeah, so all in all, it was down. And these are the 2 that were put in error. So that's listed also in the report. So it's a total of 700 for the month of June for calls for service, or those are cases that we had. So any questions, concerns? And then also when there is that May report for you. So
When I was at the fair with my little ones, I don't know what deputy it was, but they just smiled and said hi to our kids, and that's a big deal to those kids when a sheriff or sheriff's deputy does that. So just wanted to know. I appreciate
thank
it.
you. Thank you. No, it was very nice. I got to sit in the new building.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it was just like, you could tell the difference when it was people were outside and then when people came inside, and you could just see it on their faces how hot they were, but you could tell the warmth and everything. But if you went in the bathroom, it was like 40 degrees in those bathrooms. I don't know what they had pumping in there.
Perfect.
Unbelievable. People said they got cold, but beautiful place.
Good attendance by your officers. Thank you.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Glad everything went good. One little arrest with the juvenile, and that was it, and the citation. But other than that, it went really good
Yeah.
for us.
And they did really good traffic control for our 4th of July parade in McIntosh too.
Did they? I see they were waiting for everybody to come, and yeah, I'm glad that went off good.
Mm-hmm.
We had Lingbees. It was a busy Fourth for us. We were
Mhm.
running all over with stuff and stuff, but all in all, it was a very, very nice 4th of July.
Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
very happy.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
Okay, Sam.
Hey, how are you doing? Oh, you got it. I'll just grab this.
I should have noted in my commissioner's report this morning that we were expecting a couple guests today,
Oh,
and there will be an invitation for lunch afterward. Probably go to highway to what's out where we
Shanty?
Shanty all the time. So if you can stop by, it'd be kind of fun.
what's this for? You?
No, for those two. And Don organized this from his Rochester residence.
Okay.
We got everything going.
We didn't lock the doors, huh?
You do know who those people are.
We thought you needed some advice.
Well,
Yeah.
that's
Okay,
Don Diedrich, your predecessor,
Yep.
and Warren Affeld, who served
before me.
District
4.
4
Mhm.
before. You were about 16 years, were you? 16, were you about 16 years?
16, yeah.
And Don, you were about the same?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
Down in 2014.
Mhm.
all right.
Mhm.
Well, you're still looking pretty good.
But so far, it's upright.
That's the important part. Yeah.
That's the best part, yeah.
Oh, yeah, because we sold our cows in 2014, and everybody asked Mark, what he was going to do afterwards. And he told me, he goes, "Well, I got to find a job for Joan."
Yeah, and he did.
I know it. Oh, okay. Sam, take it away.
All right, so the first item I have today is a resolution looking to approve the continued participation in the City of East Grand Forks' new housing abatement program. Last time we did this, we did it for a 5-year period. This time they've requested just a 3. They aren't sure where their funding is going to be at in the 3 years,
Mm.
and then they're going to reevaluate and look at different programs, or if they're going to continue this or what they're going to do. But so they've only requested through 2029 to re-up on this one.
I move to approve.
Second.
You got it, Gary. You beat me.
Okay.
That's a good program.
Yeah,
So we
it
have
has
Warren
been very,
We
and
need
Gary.
more houses going up.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Yeah.
that one has been very busy, very active over there.
Yeah.
Good.
Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Thank you. I will let Maggie over in East Grand Forks know. The next one I have is on behalf of Rich. It's a ditch petition was submitted to replace a culvert in a field approach on County Ditch 30 in section 34 of Nesbit Township. So he's looking for a motion to approve the work in County Ditch 30 and to name Rich Sanders the engineer over the project. And then from what the field approach culvert is deteriorating. It needs to be replaced. So I believe it was the farmer out there who had filed the request, Brian Tinkham.
Mm-hmm.
Is that in yours,
So
Ross?
who has Nesbit?
Nesbit.
It must be
It's in mine.
Warren.
Oh, it's
Warren.
in
Warren?
Yeah.
I move. I move.
Second.
There. Okay, so we got Warren and Paul. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Right.
Opposed? Carried.
All right, and my third item is for
Oh,
County
no, I'll
Ditch
just put it back in here.
Oh,
is for County Ditch 70. So as the Polk County Board acting as drainage authority for County Ditch 70, must set or authorize staff to set the partial abandonment hearing date and time for a petition received. So there is a petition in the northwest quarter of Section 28, Township 149, Range 48, that they're looking. I believe Rich has said that there really isn't much of a ditch there. This is the second part of this abandonment. And speaking with John Kolb at Rinky Noonan, he's kind of got a busy schedule, and Tuesdays weren't really lining up from what I could manage with him just over the phone real quick without being able to discuss with Rich as well. But John said that the board here, acting as the drainage authority, could authorize Rich to work with John and you to organize, schedule a date, set that date, and make sure that the public notifications go out so everybody's aware.
We had talked about this before.
Yeah,
this spot.
just so that the hearing date didn't actually have to be set here at the public meeting. It can be set by staff, is what John has suggested.
Okay.
What township is that in? I can't remember.
Oh,
It's in Rome, isn't it?
there's just been a lot of ditch
Or is
stuff
it-
lately. Oh,
Is it up in yours, Joan?
No, that should be in
no.
Morehouse, right?
I would
Yeah.
believe it's in
Page
Warren.
7th, I have no clue where that is.
Yeah, no, it's not mine.
149 should be over.
Well, I mean, I recognize the name, so I know it's
Mhm.
was the
where it
name?
should, the approximate area, but
What was the name?
Ryan Tupa is one, isn't it?
Oh, okay.
And Roger
And
Cross.
Roger Cross too, so it should be,
Yes, yeah.
it's
Sounds like mine.
that ditch that we,
Yes.
it's just the add-on that we, that
It's
was
the add-on
suggested
that
that,
we suggested, yes.
Right.
but we wanted to, we didn't want to do that
Without.
without a petition from the
Right,
landowners.
exactly.
Yep, correct.
So that's what this is
That's
what I'm
exactly
saying.
what this
So
is.
we're looking for a motion for,
Yep.
to,
Set.
to let Rich work with the board
Exactly.
and Rinky Noonan to come up with a date that will work for all parties to set the public hearing on
So
their
moved.
own.
Second.
Okay, Ross and Warren. Any more discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Thank you.
Thanks, Sam.
Okay. Take it away, you two.
You want me to read it, Warren? I
Yeah,
will.
go ahead.
This is a request made on behalf of Wilkin County is requesting to become a part of the West Central Regional Water District, and this is what it reads: the request and Polk County's agreement is not a final action, but an initial action for support pending the formal resolution for Clay, Norman, and Polk to adopt once the preparatory steps have been taken to expand the district into to include Wilkin County. This support is contingent upon the identification of acceptable funding, completion, and approval of all necessary legal memorandums and association agreements between Wilkin County and the West Central Regional Water District and Clay, Norman, and Polk counties. Completion and of any required engineering, financial, and statutory evaluations and satisfaction of all applicable requirements under the Minnesota statute chapter 116A. The understanding is a legal, fiscal, administrative, and all other associated costs needed for Wilkin County to join the West Central Regional Water District will be borne by Wilkin County. All such costs will be identified, including those costs already incurred by Clay, Norman, Polk in the formation of the district. Norman County accepted to support it as its last county board meeting. Clay has yet to act. Action by each county will then commit the West Central Region toward the necessary ends to present to each board when ready for final approval for Wilkin County to join the district. The action then is for us to allow the motion then is to support the continued evaluation Wilkin County request to join West Central Regional Water District, acknowledging Wilkin County has agreed to fund all legal, engineering, administrative, and other costs associated with the proposed inclusion, so that no additional costs will be incurred by existing members counties during this process.
Okay,
This
so,
goes through the whole court process. You have to go before the judge and
Yeah, it still has to be evaluated by the judge. I'm assuming
So
it's
it's
just gonna be a
just-
signature deal once they evaluate it.
yeah, I don't think there'll be any issue at all.
no, no,
So one question I
Yes.
had was, will it cost us anything?
No,
Not us.
But that was answered here. And
That's
does
all right.
this jeopardize or implicate any other
no.
business or?
No, they're joining and they will be an equal fourth share. in the
And they're
process.
incurring all costs. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
mhm.
And Wilkin isn't immediately north or south of Moorhead,
Right.
Moorhead.
Okay.
Barnesville.
That's the
or
Yeah,
not,
that's the
Ration-
Breckenridge,
the rationale.
Breckenridge area.
Mhm.
They were
And-
looking at it before when we were in the process, but they thought, correct me if I'm wrong, one, but I don't, during our initial process, including them at the time to put them on, while we were going through our process, to include them at that time wasn't recommended. Wait till we got it and then let them join us.
Okay, so need a motion to support this. If that's the board's wishes.
I'll move.
second.
Okay, Warren and Gary. Any more discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Okay,
Thank you. Still be
Hey,
happy.
Stacy's not here.
now we got way ahead
Caught
here
up
now.
quick.
I know it. Wow.
Even with my slow reading.
I was gonna say something, Paul.
That's all right.
Um,
I graduated from a little town in central Minnesota.
why don't we take a little break then until Stacy gets here, which hopefully will be sooner than,
I just shot her an email, but
okay,
I will go check and see if she's around over there.
okay.
We did,
See if Elisa can come in earlier too.
Sure can.
Yeah.
Should I text April, see if she can come early?
Yeah.
Okay, so good thing you came down.
Oh, there she is.
Yep. Pretty sure you'd be ahead.
right
Yep,
to the hot chair.
We are now, but yeah, I mean, we just took a break, but she can come sit up here and then,
Grab a chair. Morning.
You got help? No.
I got help now. I'm trying. She's keeping me moving.
That's
as
good.
if you need help.
Yeah, I was gonna say like I'm not sure how to
You've got a long list, so that's good.
We're getting through it. We're getting through it. It keeps me from going down rabbit holes. Well, but opening other ones, but opening more.
Oh. Okay.
We're a little ahead of schedule.
Yeah, we said we were 10 minutes behind and all of a sudden,
Yeah, I know. I'm glad we started to come down. It's like,
oh, yeah, because now we're 20 minutes ahead.
That's all right.
Gave notice about the money for the bridges.
For the what?
The bridges, the build program.
Oh, okay, okay. Everybody ready to go back online?
Yes.
Yeah, we can.
Did you want my percent or you good to go?
Do we need Sam?
Somebody we yell at them?
No, it's fine.
Okay, we're good.
Let's just start.
Start. Okay, all right. So today we're bringing to you a request to engage with Redpath for our annual audit. We performed a RFP for audit services. We had 3 respondents, Redpath, Bergen KDV, and Hoffman, Martel and Phillips. The overall ranking, we did a very thorough analysis of qualifications. We took into consideration the amount proposed. We also did interviews with the audit firms, and then we also did some additional background checks, as well as receiving samples of their reports and final paperworks and what they would provide after and also during the course of the year. All basically ranked very similar. They're all very qualified. They all provide similar services. So the ultimate at the bottom line came down to cost. So the proposal, 3-year proposal from RedPath over the course of 3 years for 26 audit, 27 audit, and 28 totaled $212,000. Which we did not, I see, put into the proposal, versus our highest bidder came in at basic $453,000.
Who was that?
Our current
Our current
auditor.
That's unfortunate.
The Hoffman firm came in where?
200 on this bid, 241,000 above.
Okay.
So
Where's,
we
where's,
Above.
where's
Yeah.
Redpath? Where are they from?
Yeah,
RedPath is out of the cities with offices in North Dakota. All auditors provide, all the firms basically provide the same services. And again, in interviewing, we interviewed KDV, Bergen, and Redpath because we were not familiar with them. Now, it just is what it is. And we did speak with, we have spoken with and notified all the different groups. Really where it comes down to is just budgeting for that with Irene's help, that we will be cleaning up our fiscal operations and that we will be in control of and running the audits. So there is a very significant shift in past history.
Oh,
with
definitely.
what Hoffman has
not even
experienced with us.
comparable.
Right. So this is assuming that we are working on the goal of in 3 years being certified to process the audit, which is a qualification that we want to work towards. It also assumes that we are managing our finances. So those are the big three, which is different from the past. So it's going to put a lot of ownership on myself and Irene to be prepared and to be working with our departments and changing how we operate to be able to accomplish it. But that is a $240,000.
And Hoffman was aware of this.
Yep. And I think historically that we have not shown that to them. I mean, historically they are closing and doing a lot of work. That is
Yeah,
That's my
Right.
just
point.
going by past experience.
And therefore their bid is representative of that.
Their bid is representative. Yes.
So do you know what our our dollar amount was for Hoffman?
Our current annual for the 2025 and 2020 for the 2025 audit is with Hoffman 143,000 right now. And their bid for the next few years was just slightly over that, about 151,000
per year.
per
Yes.
year. Yeah. So the red, So we had a 212 total 3-year from RedPath. We had a $325,000 middle next highest, and then we had Hoffman. So they just are significantly different in how many hours they've quoted they would feel that we can do. But again, that's where that ownership back to us, because if we don't, then yes, the question becomes if we are not meeting our deadlines and our agreed to processes and pieces that we have to have ready, then we will have different discussions. RedPath could come back and say we need to charge you. So it's holding our feet to the fire.
So they
Very
could
much so.
easily be low bidding to get in the door.
The engagement, we went over that with them in detail, and we clarified, these are what would cause you to bill us above and beyond, and it would be a new joint powers, it would be something significantly found in the audit that they would have to come back and do all kinds of rework. But in the course of what we went back through with them of, they understand very clearly where we're at right now financially, and we were very clear with them with where we're at with that we're using Abdo to help us with audit paperwork.
Yeah.
And we were very clear with all of those things. We were very, very upfront, and they felt very confident that they would start working with us.
And that's what I'm wondering. And Hoffman is fully aware of this as
Yes.
well then. And they still gave that. Yeah, I'm really hesitant about going with, they've been so good, you guys. That's my own personal thing, is they've been so good, but I can't see paying them an extra $200,000.
Not when it's double.
No,
No.
no.
That's really, and
I
I,
would
not
move.
that I don't trust
Mhm.
your guys' opinion that, but someone new, I'm very, very leery.
Now, you know,
I move the resolution. I think you've got it very detailed.
yeah, and we did a very thorough analysis, and again, we were very, very upfront with both firms.
Yes.
It does not mean in 3 years that we can't reevaluate it. I mean, there's-
Exactly, but I mean,
I can't
Well,
dispute the money.
yeah, and I mean, the thing of it is, okay, now this,
And that is really where we should be. I mean,
Mhm,
we should,
mhm.
and that is the goal. The goal
Yep.
is not to keep hiring auditors to come in and do
and do
rework
our business,
and do our
Right,
business.
mhm,
The goal is
not necessary.
yeah. But then, too, I mean, we still have to remember that we are paying Abdo.
Abdo will help us with work papers, but we also have Irene.
Mhm.
So that is also a very
Right.
Yeah,
significant
mhm.
change.
It's
So
going to start,
Yeah,
the-
that is the goal.
that is the goal. So
The
we
direction
also
we've been trying to go.
Yeah.
right. So I do think that it'll be a lot of work for us, but I'm not going to sit here and tell you we're not going to do it. Right? We'll do it one way or the other.
So,
It has to.
Gary moved.
Yeah, so it
I
needs a
believe
second.
that they did a ton of homework on this and
Mhm.
they're confident, so I'll second.
Okay. Okay, so this will be to approve the resolution. Any other discussion?
Just that I'm leery is
Mhm,
all.
mhm.
Mhm,
But I'm not doubting that you didn't do your homework. I'm not doubting that at all.
mhm.
Yep.
It's just that
Um,
I hate to see this backfire with this new company being, if they're skating in.
Mhm. Yeah, and we walked through the hours with. I mean, we did go back through and go. Are you?
We were during our interview, we were rather thorough. We presented very clearly, these are the challenges that we foresee. Are you confident on your proposal that you'll be able to, within the budget you proposed, to work with us and make it work? And they said, well, they went through the couple exceptions, should the case be, but other than that, they feel very confident. And though, as we were going through the interview with those questions.
And
too.
you both feel confident.
Yep, we
the way
do.
it sounds.
Yep,
Mhm.
and they did have our other audits. I mean, they looked at the other audits, so they're aware of our findings and the challenges. But I think the difference was that they laid more heavy on the fact that we have a new assistant finance director. We're working to change the ship, and so that is where those are coming from. So we have deliverables,
Mhm, mhm. Yep, yep, exactly. So,
but that's too large of a savings.
I agree.
yeah.
If we were thinking
If we were
a couple percent,
different story.
totally different story. We're talking
Mhm.
double.
Yeah.
I was just shocked.
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of like, when we had the state do our audits, and
They were huge.
yeah, I mean, those dollars were, yeah, just unbelievable. Bergen, where are they?
Out of the cities as well. They're and same. They're very large. They do cities, mainly cities, state or schools, non-profits, that type of work. Not really any counties yet. So Red Path has a county, a couple counties, and cities and schools as well. But
Nearest Red Path is where? Is it?
cities as
Some of
well.
the cities.
Metro area.
But yeah, I thought you said there was some.
One of their headquarters is also in Bismarck.
Oh, well, that doesn't make
No,
much difference in
that's-
mileage.
No.
No, the main group is in Metro.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Any more discussion on that? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Okay.
And then we also need a motion to authorize the administrator and finance director to execute the engagement letter and related documents.
For
The
This,
this.
mhm,
Oh, so move.
okay.
Second.
Okay. Ross and Paul. Yeah, because the first one is just resolution of accepting that, and then the second is to give the authority for them
I
to.
hope it works as well as you're anticipating. I
Um,
really do.
Maybe I'll make it work.
Yeah, okay, any more discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Thank you.
Okay,
you.
thanks.
She is currently in a meeting and anticipates being done around 11:30, but would come if she got done earlier, but
So we're kind of stuck.
So
Yes,
Sam's man
that's-
lunch is what
brunch sounds like a brunch.
Well, then we'll just take a break again until our, um,
We're gonna have our two guests come up here and sit by the table.
I don't know if we want that online.
They-
April can be here at 11.
Okay, well, that'll help a little bit, so, okay.
I just was noticing the senior youth too more than Gary, you get the nice chairs and the other guys have got the old ones that we used to sit.
burn your chair.
Yeah, it takes a while, buddy.
Well, you can grab these
We
as
are
soon-
off, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, where are we off?
Okay, we're back on.
Hi, April. Thanks for coming early.
Hi, you're welcome. Are you ready for me?
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
Go.
All right. Well, I think we all know me, but we have a new guy here.
This is the new guy.
The new
Yep.
guy. Okay. Well,
It's okay.
welcome.
Thank you.
Great. So yeah, I'm just here to present like I normally have done since probably 2019 or something like that. It's been a while, maybe even 2018 when we started doing this new way of funding. So this year the board went through all of the projects on the table and all the things that they'd like to do, and they'd like to ask the county to support the 3 petitioned levies for the watershed district: one for water quality, one for water management features, and one for studies and agency support. I don't remember. I gotta look through these. Yeah. So 2 of the petitions. The first one would be for $164,595.30, and that is pursuant to the statute that we're allowed to utilize that funding. The second one is the same amount, and then the third one they did reduce that last year, and they'd like to keep it reduced at to 100,000 on the third petition that we're asking for. So I don't know if we need to go into how this funding is used. We have the new guy here, but
Well, I
what your
read through
questions
it.
are?
I I did read through it a little bit.
Okay. It is kind of a complicated funding structure, and it's,
I was
so I
was hoping that this was something that had been done in the past before.
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty
Yep.
okay.
Yeah, so in the past, prior to 2018 or whenever it was that we started doing this new way, we used to be a part of the Red River Watershed Management Board and did our levy that way.
Yep.
This, for multiple reasons, this became an option for watershed districts, and we decided this might be a better fit for the Sandhill.
Okay.
And it did save, I think in my letter up here when I did the evaluation this year about based on what our
500,000?
that's about what it would save if we do it this way. I mean, there's give and take to both, really. There's but this has been working. We're still able to do meet the local objectives of the watershed district and meet the needs of what their strategic plan is, and so this is the route that the board would like to pursue, continue doing.
Okay, so our first resolution is one for the amount of $164,595.30.
So moved.
Paul,
Second.
seconded by Ross. You can have the next one. Any more discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Okay. Petition number 2 is also for $164,595.30. Looking for a motion.
I will.
Warren,
Second.
seconded by Ross. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. And then petition number 3 is $100,000.
So moved.
Second.
Gary and Paul. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Seems hardly worth it.
Oh, it's worth it. I bet you she's happy she's here and gone.
Yeah. Well, it's good to come and connect with you guys anyway to see if you have any questions or have any feedback on where the watershed's at. I did provide you our audited financial statements for 2025. I don't know that you guys want to read through those or anything, but you can sure look at them and give me a call if you have questions.
And if you're in town, stop at her new site.
Absolutely, do that.
It's very
You in
nice
a
there.
different office?
Yeah, well, it's
Well,
the
they
same
added
building,
on.
but they added on.
Oh,
We're
Very
handicapped
nice. Handicap accessible.
accessible now, and we've been working on that for jeepers, I want to say 15 to 20 years, and we finally the board finally took action to.
I think you got a facelift this last week.
Yeah, they as they were working on the new handicapped accessibility part, you kind of go out and you're outside a lot, and I noticed that the mortar joints in between the brick on the existing building didn't look very good, so we had somebody come in and look, and it really didn't
So they,
So we had to tuck joint, I think is what they
yep,
call
yeah,
it.
grind them out, wash them out, and then they refilled them, right?
Yep, and then the limestone was pretty in tough shape too, so they acid washed all that, and it just looks really sharp.
It really has shined it up if you've been.
I didn't realize how bad it was until it got cleaned up a little bit. But
Yeah, because you're looking at it every day and you don't
But
see.
it looks nice now.
I mean, it's never been done, so
Mm-hmm,
And it's a corner building, you know where it is.
Yeah, I know where it is, yes.
the
Just
board,
stop in there, it's nice there.
It was a bank at one time.
it
Yep.
was, the board was
Mhm.
pretty adamant. I mean, we've had board turnover. I've been there since 2001, and all of them have really wanted to preserve the history of that building too. So
Mhm.
this was the way to do it.
Have you any discussion, any issues with redetermination?
No, I did have quite a few people stop by at the fair booth this year. You know, ask questions because they had been to some county hearings and then they kind of trickled down to the Sand Hill, but nothing negative or critical.
Mhm.
You know, just more questions about how this could impact things or the why behind it. You know.
Or the cost, I'm sure they're wondering.
Yeah, well, and that's you can't
There's
really
no cost.
determine that until
You do it.
it's over, you know, and that'll be up to the viewers to make that argument for what acres get benefited. But the redetermination, the last update that I got, they're working on the next step will be sending out landowner owners reports so that everybody gets packets of all that. Then they would like to have informal meetings just so that they can make sure every landowner has an opportunity to agree, disagree. They can go back and reevaluate before they get to these final hearings. So I would anticipate that to be this winter sometime. We do have some boundary issues like within the Sandhill watershed that we might have to look at first before we can get to that final hearing. So that'll probably delay yours if we're all gonna partner and do these meetings at the same time. But we'll see where that shakes out at, I guess.
I think it'll work. It'll eventually work in everybody's favor to be all at one.
Yeah, I mean the early things that we're seeing are, but it's really hard to say, you know, on specific ditches. A lot of people's assessments for, you know, if you levied the same amount decreased, but then what does the ditch to the north of them do? You know, it's really hard to see how that's all going to shake out for everybody. But
yeah, because it's the whole picture of the
It is.
whole watershed.
yeah, once they get those owners reports, then the landowners will have a nice opportunity to sit down one-on-one with those viewers and really learn the why behind their
Right.
parcels, I guess. But,
Yeah.
so yeah, I guess I gave you the nice copy of the annual report. It's just kind of a snapshot. We're required by statute to do this report, but it is a good depiction for you guys to kind of just see where the watershed's at and what we've been doing. It's really nothing that you probably don't know. Many of you have come to our meetings or read our minutes, things like that. So do you have any questions? Did you read through it? Do you want me to go through anything specific or?
You're good.
Okay.
All your projects are going good. The ones that are active right now, good.
Yeah, well, we don't have any, we have a lot of maintenance going on
Yeah,
right now.
that's what I meant.
Yep. And so we'll have to wait till the crops go off this fall to actually finish them. And a lot of project teams where we're just investigating, you know, and they're landowner initiated too. So that's really good. So we'll get through those. One kind of over by Rindal area to kind of modify or explore the modification of a dam that's out there to just kind of maximize the storage there. And that was landowner driven, and it kind of came out of a different project team. And then maybe the hopes of a impoundment site coming up, that'll be good. And that's landowner and project team driven. So some good things will Liberty Township. So I don't remember the section number.
I'll tell you.
Probably is in the what's up and coming here. Boy, I'll get it to you. It's just west of Fertile.
West of Pearl. Oh, okay, yeah.
Yep.
On your map there, you see the Liberty Wildlife Management Area.
Oh,
Yep.
yep.
3 sections down.
Down.
Across the road. 3 sections to the
The west.
west and across the county road.
Okay.
I mean, that's in the very, very early stages right now. We are going to have to. Right now, we need to do a complete inventory of that section for wetlands
flowing springs, all of those things before we invest too many dollars into getting that far. But that investigation is what one of these, this water management retention petition will help fund. So
Fund balance looks good.
yep, they're doing well. You've fixed good board managers over the years who are stewardly and very mindful. They ask a lot of questions, and that's good. They've been known for not ever making a decision very speedily. So
Last night at the Union Lake Sarah meeting, they commented that you're gonna try and get pumping permits for the fall.
I don't know if it'll be by fall, but we're gonna work through. They gave us very limited options about what we can do to operate the current pump that's there, and until what they've decided to do is go to the legislature for bonding.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't successful this year. It's going to take several years. So in the meantime, we'd like to do temperature controlled pumping, which will involve an amendment to the existing permit that we have and an amendment to the existing operating plan that we have.
Sure.
So right now we're working through the amendment to the operating plan. And once we get that kind of where we think the DNR would like it, then we'll go to the DNR and try to see what the next steps are to get that permit modified. And then we have to, get it in place. Who's going to do the sampling out there? Our office doesn't have sampling kits or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
How does the DNR want the temperature taken, and how is that submitted? All of those details. But I don't know if it'll be this fall, but we still have to go through the other processes through the DNR permit to pump too. So we're still gonna have to do the dive team, still gonna have to do the downstream inspections and all of the things that go with it for that. But this will just be
That's a
another
bureaucratic.
it'll be another added layer that we need to do. But if the landowners need it, at least they will have some relief until we can get some funding secured.
Yeah, and I don't foresee that in the near future.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think that's going to be the easiest out, is to get at least work with that option.
This is the only option right
Right.
now.
Get the temperature.
Yeah.
That regulatory board or that DNR is overregulated. We need to work on our legislators to work on that.
Yeah. Well, and the landowners, that pump isn't very old.
No.
In the whole scheme of things. So to ask them to pay for another
whole new setup,
it's when it is a public lake, public access lake, and that's the argument that we're making to the legislatures.
Yeah.
We took responsibility
they're
for
the
it once.
ones. Yeah, they're the ones that can shut down tell the DNR to, do what they have to do.
And so,
well, it depends. Some legislators, because that was like with the construction demolition landfills. Senator Pappas says, well, we don't have any control over them. They just tell us what they're going to do. And I'm just like,
really?
The thing of it is, when I went down to testify for the legislation, there are so many people asking, so many entities asking for money. It's just going to take many years probably to keep being heard and keep telling your story.
Right, but what I'm getting at is for the DNR to back off on there. Let us do this. Let us do this testing. Why be so stringent? Tell the DNR to back off a little bit from the legislator.
Yeah, it's written in statute about the zebra mussel, so it's really
I understand
a tough thing to.
But they don't have to be so strict on us about the temperature control. Give us the permit. If we meet the temp,
yeah, and I think that will go smooth.
That's what I'm saying. There should be no holdups there.
I don't think there will be. I think we'll get
so
through that.
April 1st, when the thaw is out and we want to pump, let us have it.
If the other restrictions are met, then we.
Yeah,
that's my point. Back off on some of the other restrictions too, DNR.
Yeah.
Good luck.
I say I understand.
Work with Gina then for those permits.
Gina and Stephanie Clam.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll work with both of them to get through the process.
Yeah. Because I know last night, they were talking about the permitting because they're not going to be able to have a survey done this year.
Oh,
because the person that does it had some family health issues, so he wasn't able to get it in.
okay.
And he gave Shane a couple other names. Well, one of them he didn't get any, didn't get an answer, and then the other one, they just.
And that was time sensitive.
Mm-hmm,
Yep.
mm-hmm.
Too bad.
So hoping that
Mhm.
getting permits next year is not an issue because it's going to be going on a survey that was 2 years ago.
Right, right.
So, but yeah, so
We've had really good luck in our office working with the DNR. I think we're pretty lucky to have
Yes,
Stephanie in
and I
our
think
region, so I
coming
think
from
we're good.
your guys' angle with this is a good thing
It's our only option right now.
because you guys have good relationship with them. The thing is from this standpoint, if we just have to work through our legislators to.
I think so.
mm-hmm.
If we can get funding, that'll be good for everybody around here.
It might be 5 years down the road,
I know.
but in the meantime, if we want to pump, we gotta help these other folks out. Okay, we do it in the spring and in the fall
Mhm.
when our water temperatures drop.
Yep. Well, if you would like to stop by one day, that'd be great.
Might have to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any other questions,
Thanks for
comments?
coming. Thanks for
Thank
coming
you.
early though.
Yeah, you bet.
Yeah.
Okay. You done with me?
All right.
Yep, we're done
All
with
right,
you.
thank you.
Thank you.
You're adjourned.
Have a good day.
Drive safe.
Okay, well, now we'll take another break until our
Good morning, I guess.
it's still morning.
is.
Just
All right.
sliding in under.
Sliding in just in time.
Perfect.
Left my office and the training's still going, so we're good.
Oh goodness.
So I am here today. Look at the mouse. Oh, thanks, Dad. Here for two other people. So the first is for the county administrator's performance evaluation prep. So the majority of you have been through this before. Ross, this will be your first time. So we just discussed that process and how we want to go about that this year. So in the past, we filled out an evaluation form, and the chair will compile that information and turn it into HR, and then I will go through all that information and provide it back to you, and then you present that in a closed session to Mr. Whiting. So I think I may have included those process or those evaluation forms.
Yes.
Joan?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep, they're here.
And then we just need to discuss that process and then pick out a date for how I want to conduct it.
Well, so like in your sheet here.
Yep.
My
yep.
mind is just blank.
That's okay. The evaluation form. Yep.
So that you've got, okay, so we have a board meeting on the 18th.
Yes.
So that would be the 3rd.
The third Tuesday in August.
Mhm.
Yep. So does that work with that? Would that work?
Yes.
It
Yeah.
should.
Okay. Okay. So
You want these turned in by the 4th?
the week before is fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you can either
But-
drop them off or
Next
email them.
meeting, next meeting,
Yep, next
August
meeting.
4th is,
Have them done by next meeting.
Yeah, if possible.
Yeah, that'd be great.
So,
Where do you want them dropped off at?
You can drop them off with Ashley or me.
mm-hmm,
Down there.
Yep,
mm-hmm. Or else,
or Joan if
yeah,
you can get
you
them to
can hand
Joan.
them to me that day and then I can take them down too. So,
Yep.
right.
but
Okay.
So what's that? The 4th. Okay. So
Mine is 3/4 complete. I've just got my narratives to finish.
you're just ahead of the game,
We just never know.
Commissioner Reese.
I think that is the important. I mean, just checking a box is not good not good
Giving
enough
some additional
feedback, which
comments.
I think that only makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
well, yeah.
I think definitely there's things you want to add to under a certain
Mm-hmm.
point. Please do so. And I just compile all that information and you can discuss that freely at
Yep.
the
On the
evaluation.
18th.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because, you have a reason why you're checking
Yes.
that box.
Okay, so here's the
Yep.
chat one.
And I think that this form has worked out well.
Yeah, it has.
So, okay, so we got the dates figured out on that. Okay, on to your next item.
Okay, so the next item here is I'm here for Mr. Sanders to replace asking and request an approval to fill a position. We had a recent resignation that's effective August 13th that has been submitted on just coming to request approval to advertise and fill that position.
What is that position?
It's a highway maintenance position.
Okay.
Yep.
Which location?
Here in Crookston.
Okay. Okay, so looking for a motion.
So, second,
Go second.
Okay, Paul and Warren. Any more discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Okay, thank you. And then the last is I'm here as well for Chuck to request for reclassification of the financial assistant supervisor 1 position. So this would be a position that reports up to Karen Wormack, Social Services. Our financial, so we have 2 financial assistant positions, supervisor 1 and supervisor 2, and the supervisor 1 position has been reviewed and reclassified into a supervisor 2 position. So now we would have 2 supervisor 2 positions based on the new reclassification job description. So a motion to approve and reclassify the financial supervisor, assistant supervisor 1 to the financial assistant supervisor 2 position.
So he'll be a supervisor 2?
Correct.
Mhm.
Yep, so we still have only 2 positions total, but they're both gonna be at the 2 level versus 1 at the 1 level and 1 at the 2nd level.
Oh,
Mhm.
he's not being
It's not an
demoted.
addition, no. It's not an additional head count. It is just a reclassification of the current position we already have,
Duties that he's doing.
When
which
did
he
those
is
two-
already doing, correct?
Mhm.
Yep.
Mhm.
So Merit System has determined that position and the changes, within the position and as to why they want to reclassify it. So looking for approval to reclassify that position into the financial assistant supervisor 2.
So moved.
Okay, Paul,
second.
seconded by Warren.
Thank you.
Is this our last year for Merit System?
Correct.
Okay.
Yep, so come 2027, so we're working through transition right now
Mhm.
with Merit System, and then come 2027, effective January 1st, 2027, we will have exited Merit System.
So
Okay. Good. Any other discussion?
Paul, did
Hopefully
you have a
not.
question?
Not on this,
Oh, okay.
I just,
Okay.
I'll ask after this.
Okay. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Okay.
How long, when we do this, when we do these postings for these new jobs coming up, like the one that Rich is doing?
The highway one?
Yeah, how many days, like from when we pass it, does it go in the paper?
Right, so there's still the employee hasn't officially left yet.
Right.
But now that you approve it, now that we've got the approval, what we do is, because it's a union in position, we would post internally first. So there's a requirement under each collective bargaining agreement to post internally first. And if there's no internal interest, then we would post externally to the papers. And it depending on when that day falls,
Sure.
it could be that if we get it in by Friday of that week, it's usually the following Monday.
So it's a union job too?
Correct.
Mhm.
Sure.
Yep.
So we want to give other folks the opportunity,
Right.
you know, that may want to either
Move up, move across.
move up, move across, you know, from other areas of the county. So Yep.
Mhm. Yeah. Okay, anybody have anything else for today?
Hopefully not.
Hey, we're getting done early.